riding a bike, driving a car, walking, running, jogging, walking upstairs, walking downstairs. These are very difficult things to do when living with a genetic disease known as spinal muscular atrophy, also known as SMA for short. I myself have SMA type 3 and am affected by this every day that I live. Today, I'm going to talk to you guys about how SMA is obtained, how it affects others, and the future of SMA and how you can help. SMA is a genetic disorder that affects many different areas depending on the type. Reports on Cure SMA show that the mutation occurs in the neuron gene. That's where the disease originates from. It makes it so that people that have nerves and stuff, these nerves will not regrow or regenerate the way it would for a normal person. Instead, they'll never regenerate or regrow. So once your nerves are gone, they're gone. And over time, they'll deteriorate. And when they deteriorate over time, they'll affect your muscles, which will lead to fatal muscle weakness. And because of this, will eventually lead to death. Now, moving on, as I said, there are different types. The first type shown is SMA type 1. Type 1 occurs in infants in 6 months or younger, and it affects their hands and legs, feet, like ankle area. It makes it so that basically they need support to walk around or crawl or whatever they need to do throughout their lives. So basically they'll be in a wheelchair most of their life. Now going on to SMA type 2, it occurs in children of the age of 2, basically toddlers and stuff. This basically affects everything except for the hands and feet and head, so it makes basically moving around very, very difficult as they cannot really move around. They'll be most likely in a wheelchair for the rest of their lives as type 1s are. Now going on to type 3 is what I have. It occurs in early childhood and it occurs in late teenage years. Now this affects the thighs and near your shoulders and triceps area. Now this makes it so that you can't really lift things up as you normally would. And for your thighs, it makes it so that you can't really bend down. As you see, I can't really squat or anything because I have type 3, so it affects me immensely. And moving on to type 4. Type 4 occurs in adulthood and it affects the mouth area, basically facial structure, and it affects how you chew and eat, and it also affects your shoulders just as type 3. Now type 3 and 4 have normal life expectancy, as type 1 and 2 will not, will die young most likely. Now moving on, let's talk about how it is the #1 genetic disease killer amongst all infants in the US. Now 1 in 4 people carry the gene that causes SMA. You could carry it, you may not know. Now 1 in 6,000 babies are born with SMA. Now these babies will most likely die as it is known as the #1 genetic disease killer among infants. Now, let's go on to the struggles of SMA. Now going on to the struggles of SMA, people may feel out of touch or may not believe in themselves. For example, when I caught this years back, I would exercise, try to make myself stronger, because I did not know I had this disease. And instead of helping me, all those exercising damaged my nerves and made me worse off than I could be right now. So, according to Cure SMA website, it shows exactly how people are feeling as there have been surveys done and many other things. People feel extreme anxiety and feel they do not fit in at all. I'm no stranger to this because, as I said, I felt I didn't fit in and I felt the nerve to exercise so I could start fitting in, feeling strong amongst other people. Now, going on, the treatments. The only treatment right now is Spinal. Spinal was developed this year. There had been no other treatment before then, so people with this could never get it. It's $1 million, very costly, so people that live in poverty that have this disease will not be able to get this because it's $1 million. Who can pull that out of them, you know? Now going on, this treatment is injected through your spine, making it very, very painful for whoever's getting this. Now, it makes people who could not speak before because of their facial structures, they're not able to speak. People couldn't feed themselves or feeding themselves. This is the miracle drug for people with SMA. Now, going on, you're probably wondering, what can you do to help? Well, first off, the thing that everybody can do, they can donate. By donating, you can directly fund the cause. And by doing so, you can help the website directly so you can help try to find a cure for SMA, because the more funds, the merrier. Now, if you cannot donate, the best thing to do is to be helpful and knowing of those who have it. So if you know someone who may have this disease, it would be very good to help them out and maybe try to understand them, because compassion is amazing. Now lastly, another thing to do is to shed awareness. Now by shedding awareness, like as I'm doing right now, you can inform everybody of the situation. And by doing so, with everyone knowing, everything should be out there, out of the water. Everyone should know about this because it's a very deadly disorder. As I said, Number one genetic infant baby killer. It's pretty bad. Now, thank you all for listening.